on Book of Shadows again. Last episode we ended the Demise chapter, and that was rough. That was probably the worst chapter of even the original Corpse Party and this game that I've had to deal with so far. Um, and I don't blame you if you guys don't want to watch it. But I am determined to finish this, and might as well record it and post it. So anyways, we'll be starting this next chapter. Oh, we're Satoshi now. Is he with Yuka, I hope? Let's see. Tenjin 5. Is that a 23 or a 33? Ah, bad handwriting. History Yamazaki. Handwriting is atrocious. Yeah. I'm that type of person. I've got bad handwriting too. This really wasn't my day. Oh, this is before it all happened, so. Okay. This really wasn't my day. I knocked over my alarm clock this morning, and of course it stopped working. A very last pork sandwich sold out right before my eyes during lunch, and I was roped into a favor when I happened upon a homeroom teacher, Mr. Yamazaki. Long after the school day had ended. So now, like it or not, I was on my way to deliver some notes to Miss Yu, our homeroom TA who was out sick with a cold. I'll have to make sure I apologize to Yuka later. I know how disappointed she'll be that I'm missing our shopping date. Aw, that's kinda cute. Tenjin 523, number 11. Found it! As long as it doesn't actually read 633 and number 77, anyways. I've been told that my 4s look like 9s and my 9s look like 4s. And I can kind of see it, but most of the time I'm sitting here, I'm like, the difference is the top is covered. Like, it's completed like the circle is at the top. But I don't know. I stopped and compared the memo in my hand with the apartment building in front of me. It was 2 stories tall and looked a little on the shabby side. Probably about 20 years old. 20 years old is not bad, come on. It didn't seem very solid, nor was it particularly stylish or chic. It was completely unremarkable, structure in every way. Apartment 207, or is it 201? I was really getting fed up with this handwriting, from a teacher no less. In any case, it seemed certain the apartment was on the 2nd floor, so I trudged up the startlingly narrow, steep stairs. Metal staircase was thoroughly blotched with patches of rust. Why would someone live in such a rundown apartment building? Because it's cheap, that's why. And maybe they don't want to like switch apartments. I mean, after you get there and get all your stuff moved in, you don't want to leave. At least that's me. Our teacher's salary is really that low? I felt a little sorry for her, but in a way, this place kind of fit her personality. That's kind of mean. With that thought in mind, I turned my attention toward apartment 201. Here we are, 201. This doesn't look like Miss Yu's place. The door plate was the room nearest to the stairs, had a name I didn't recognize scribbled on it. Guess that means we try door number 2. Passing room 201, I continued down the narrow walkway toward the end. Wandering alone around my apartment building I'd never been into before made me feel kind of nervous. It wasn't like I was doing anything wrong, but my back still tensed up as I maneuvered around, piled up strollers, plastic toys, and bundles of newspaper. And then finally, I arrived at the last door. Bingo. This was it. I breathed a sigh of relief. The door plate for the apartment read, Shishido. Shishido. For an adult's handwriting especially, the letters were rounded and overly cutesy. This is Miss Yu's place. Alright. What's this? I leaned in to read something written in small script on the corner of the door plate. Beware of cat. I like cats. Shouldn't that be beware of dog? I don't know, there could be some pretty mean cats. Haha, that's Miss Yu for you. Maybe it's like beware cat so you don't like let the cat out whenever you open the door. That's probably it. So how exactly does one beware of house cat? Is it even possible for house cat to be threatening? Yes, yes it is. I think there's a TV show called My Cat from Hell or something like that. Oh my gosh, those cats. At any rate, I can confirm beyond a shadow of a doubt that this was Miss Yu's place, so my errand was nearing the end. What was Miss Yamazaki thinking? Mr. Yamazaki, anyways. I understand taking handouts to sick classmates by delivering class notes to the home of an absent teacher? No. That just seems weird. This isn't something a student should be doing. He'd said he was busy with meetings though, and really needed one of his students to help him out. But was it really okay to entrust a school student with confidential class stats? Probably not. Especially if it has like answers to tests or something. Yeah, wouldn't it be kind of a problem if I were to read these? My mind kept drifting from one question to another, and I became acutely aware of the inherent value in these notes I held in my bag. But tempting as it was, I just couldn't bring myself to look at them. Mr. Yamazaki put his faith in me, after all. Yeah, that's me. Like, I'd be like, no, I can't do this. And I was stronger than that. I couldn't let this get the best of me. At any rate, I was here. I should have just been able to drop off the notes and be on my way. Putting all my doubt and misgivings aside, I rang the doorbell. And then I waited. And waited. And waited some more. But there was no answer. Huh? It did ring, didn't it? Miss Yui! Yeah. I rang the bell again, and also tried calling out. But there was still no response. She might not be there, okay? What should I do? Maybe she's sleeping. I don't want to wake her, but I am a little concerned. When we'd heard that Miss Yu was staying home sick today, we were all pretty disappointed. That's why part of me was actually a little happy that I was asked to run these over to her. I figured I'd be able to check in, see how she was doing, and let everyone in school know she was feeling better. It never occurred to me that I might not even be able to see her though. Yes, yay! Nothing, huh? There is a slit in the door. You could just slide the notes in. Like, Miss Yay, hello? She was probably sleeping, or at the doctor's or something. But what if she was hurt? I tried to open the mail slot and peeked in. I thought maybe I could get a glimpse of the room inside. Miss Yay. Felt kind of wrong peeking into someone's house without their permission. But I was legitimately worried that Miss Yui's health, so my conscience was clear on this one. There's Cat! Beware of Cat. Oh, the cat. A welcoming cat was facing the door and staring back at me, with his head tilted slightly to the side. It let out an audible meow. This must be the cat I was instructed to beware. And since Miss Yu was always going on and on about her little buddy, I was pretty sure I remembered his name. You're Morit, right? Oh no, it's Monet, I think. Yeah, Monet. What a pretty kitty you are, Monet. Miss Yu talked about her cat a lot in class, so pretty much the whole school had heard of him. Oh, I love my cats. They're wonderful. So we even had some tins of cat food hidden on a shelf in the classroom, probably because she brought too much and had no room for them in her apartment. Okay, how can you not have enough room in your apartment for the cat food? Like, you could even put it right there. I mean, it might look a little bit trashy, but I mean, like, yeah. Here, kitty, kitty. Mon it, mon it. Is this you home? If she's home, would you mind waking her up for me? That's a good kitty. Yeah, didn't think that would work. My shoulders sank. I felt defeated. What the hell was I doing? I closed the mail slot and stood back up. Damn. I sure hope my Yui is alright. She's probably just out now or something. Which would mean the door's locked, I'm sure. Lost in this speculation, I placed my hand on the doorknob. Come on, no, don't do it. It's gonna open, I know. Yep. And with a quick twist, I turned it, pushed on the door, and opened it easily. Don't let the cat out, okay? Beware of Nickel. Huh? It wasn't locked. Crap, that's not good. I can't let Monet get out. Exactly. Yes. Your master is pretty careless, huh? Leaving the door unlocked like that. Monet's whiskers twitched as it called out to him from the entranceway. What's that, you say? She... is it? Ha. You and I are on the same page, Monet. Haha. Here I was talking to a cat. Was this what I'd become? What should I do? I was feeling pretty uneasy. Not only had I peeped into someone's home, I'd walked in without a second thought. Moreover, this is where Miss Yui lived. Alone, in other words. A woman's apartment. No matter how many times I reminded myself that I was here on errand, I couldn't help myself. Oh, I couldn't help feeling that I'd not crossed the line by leaning over it.
Yui-sensei.
Miss Yui. I tried calling out her name one last time, but as expected, there was no answer. Hey, there's something on the wall there. So what now? I was trying hard to avoid being too nosy. My eyes inevitably began surveying the room. The apartment entrance led out immediately into the kitchen. Beyond that, there was a sliding door to some other room. I could see light through the gaps. I strained my ears, but there was nothing to hear. No signs of life whatsoever. Miss Yui really must have been out. One more time. I'd try calling out to her one more time, just to put my concerns at ease. I felt like I'd seem even more suspicious if I stayed silent. Miss Yui, it's Mochida. Still nothing. Maybe she was asleep on the other side of that door. No, just lay them like on the counter there, something. Don't peek. I'm a little nosy. Let's just have a little look-see then. Wait. Shaking my head furiously, I cast out that sudden impulse. What if you looked in there and, like, she was not well dressed? Let's say that. That was a terrible idea. Pure and simple. Exactly. Thank you. Entering the apartment unannounced was bad enough, but walking all the way in, opening that sliding door, peeking inside, that was just too much. Man, if Miss Yui happened to come home and find me standing here, I'm in pretty hot water, huh? Exactly. No, scratch that. I'd be in plentiful, dense, scalding water. Yep. Monat mewed, as if in agreement. Panicked, I once again surveyed my surroundings. I always felt like there were eyes on me, staring with disdain. But of course, nobody was there. Alright. I can just leave a note. Wondering why I didn't think of this sooner, I dug into my bag for some paper and a pen. Mr. Yamazaki asked me to come by. That should be all enough, right? I'll just use some notebook paper. Let's see, Miss Yui.
ゆい先生
Crouching in the doorway, I ran my pen across the page. I brought class notes that at Mr. Yamasaki's behest. Everyone has been worried about you. Sorry about barging into your apartment.
不用心
Please don't forget. Oh wait. What did it say? Please don't forget to lock your door from now on. Yeah. As I was writing a note, I sensed a presence in front of me. Until just a moment ago, this house had been no signs of human life in it. But now I could feel someone standing directly ahead. Standing and looking down at me. Huh? Fidgeting nervously, I put down my pen, raised my head slowly, and saw a white, slender ankle. Shocked, I shot my head up, and there, standing before me, was Monsieur. See, she's not. Still looks sick. Not really buttoned up. Panda pajamas. They're cute, don't get me wrong, but. Ah. Monsieur? She was looking right at me, but she seemed decidedly out of sorts. Her hair looked disheveled, her gaze was unsteady, and her pajamas were in complete disarray. She was like a completely different person from the usual kempt educator we'd come to know and love.
ゆい先生
Monsieur, I'm so sorry that I entered your apartment without permission here. I stood up frantically and held out the notes I'd been writing. But... Huh? Mitsui was just standing there, stupefied, with a complete vacant expression on her face.
先生
Mitsui? I called out to her as gently as I could, but she was really dazed. She seemed almost like a ghost.
先生
Mitsui, what happened to you?
どうしちゃったんだよ
I had a sudden uneasy feeling, worried. I walked up to Miss Yui, grabbed her shoulders, and tried to snap her out of it by shaking her. But instead...
うわ
Gah. This seemed to make her cough. Sniffle, sniffle, cough, cough.
先生
Hey, Miss Yui. These were wet, productive coughs. And spit was coming out of Miss Yui's mouth with each one. I frantically tried to shield my face from the spray, but my reaction time just wasn't quick enough. Ugh. I put my hand to her cheek and found it thick with slimy film of saliva. Are you okay, Miss Yui? Miss Yui hollowed back a little and then fell to her knees with a thud. She had completely sprawled out in the hallway, moaning and groaning the whole time.
先生
Miss Yui. Wiping the splatters from my own face, I leaned over and took a better look at hers. It was bright red. Yeah, right there. Strained breathing, a stuffy nose, and a visible high fever on top of all that. Okay, I'm already thinking that he's probably going to go out, get some medicine, and come back. Or he's going to check out to see if she has medicine and he's going to give it to her. She was sick as could be. I'm cold.
寒いの
Cold? But you're dripping with sweat. It's cold. I thought maybe her sweat had cooled her down, but then I realized her disheveled pajamas certainly weren't doing her any favors. With the heart pounding a mile a minute, face red as a traffic light, I set about buttoning her up.
ゆい先生
Monsieur,
俺のことわかる
you know who this is, right?
持田だよ
It's Mochida from school. Huh?
寒いならちゃんと
If
布
you're
団で寝ない
cold,
と
you need to sleep under your
寝ない
covers.
と
Otherwise, you won't get any better. She absent-mindedly extended her shaking arms like a zombie, slowly reopening her eyes, and looked up at me. It was the gaze of a severely fevered mind.
ゆい先生
Miss Yui? Tsukasa! Oh. You ready for a hug, sir? Yeah. Tsukasa! Monsieur was clinging to me tightly. I couldn't move. I was frozen in shock. She began to weep. You've come for me, Tsukasa? Who's Tsukasa? What a lovely surprise. I'm so glad you're here. Monsieur, wait. You got the wrong person. Oh, Siri, shut up. I don't need you. It seemed like I wasn't getting through to her, though, at all. And the sensation at her chest, as she held me, was making it virtually impossible to fight her grip. She was utterly powerless against this opponent. I never realized just how soft a woman's chest really was. Oh my gosh, sir. Don't get me wrong, she is attractive, but she's your teacher, sir. I guess that doesn't stop anything, but she's sick. Okay, don't take advantage of her. Okay, that's what I'm getting at. God, am I that weak-willed? I had to remind myself that Miss Yui had me confused with someone else. Exactly. Mustering all the strength I could, I gripped her arms and tried to pry them off me. But she was a lot stronger than I anticipated and wouldn't let me get away. I was so scared, Tsukasa. I was so scared. Scared? I never thought you'd actually come. As she squeezed me tightly, I felt as though my upper body might collapse under the pressure of her softest parts. I was blushing uncontrollably. Miss Yui, please let me go. No, I won't. Come on, Miss Yui. I struggled to wriggle free, but Miss Yui only grabbed me tighter. Our bodies were getting more and more intertwined. And every time I squirmed, Miss Yui would just pull me even closer. Tsukasa. As her chest rose and fell erratically, droplets of sweat slid down into her cleavage. I could feel the heat from her fever radiating off her. Steadily encroaching face. Encroaching. Oh my gosh. As well as the shoulders I'd grabbed in an effort to push away. Stay here with me, Tsukasa, please. I'm telling you, you got the wrong person. Questions were swirling around in my head. Why was Miss Yui crying, and who was this Tsukasa person? But I was most concerned for the state of her pajamas, which had become even more disheveled during our struggle. Miss Yui, your pajamas, your pants. Huh? They're sliding down. Tsukasa, you're so warm. Miss Yui, please. Realizing that not a single word was getting through to her, I sighed resignedly. I'd taken care of Yuka any number of times when she'd caught a cold and drawn a fever, but I don't recall it ever getting this bad. Miss Yui was usually calm, collected, and rational. Who would have imagined that a fever would leave her so thoroughly discombobulated? I love that word, discombobulated. Miss Yui, seriously, pull yourself together. I put more strength in my resistance, and finally, her arms relaxed just the tiniest bit. But her expression changed drastically. No, no, please. Miss Yui, I'm Satoshi Mochida, not this Please don't go, please. Miss Yui is acting like a spoiled child. Slipping out of the shoes I'd still been wearing, I again drew close to her sprawled out form. There was no way I could just leave her like this. I surely hope none of this seems too sketchy after your fever breaks. Huh? Miss Yui let out a lethargic groan, perhaps in response to my quiet murmurings. At my wit's end, I grabbed hold of her and did my best to carry her into the back room. Gently wheeling her over to her unfurled futon, I then carefully laid her down, making sure I didn't drop her in the process. Then there was a matter of rebuttoning those pesky pajamas again. I hesitantly pulled up her pajama bottoms and brushed away the stray hairs that were plastered to her brow with sweat. I did my best to avoid seeing anything I shouldn't, but I am a guy. so my heart was pounding the whole time. Monsieur's pajamas were soaked through with sweat. She really might have been better off with a change of clothes altogether. Don't. Just don't. But no. That would have been going too far. Yes, that would have been. Wish I could find a towel or something so I could at least wipe down some of the moisture away, huh? Noticing a convenience store bag carelessly tossed to the floor, I glanced inside. Hey, she already brought cold packs. So, why wasn't she using them? Jeez. Monsieur, this might be a little cold, but bear with it, okay? Alright, I think that'll help. I placed one of the compresses on her forehead and pulled the covers over her. Monsieur appeared almost instantly relieved. She exhaled contently, and her breathing became more relaxed. Finally, she was asleep. Even in sleep, Monsieur seemed to be suffering. Oh, I didn't notice the cat in his lap. That's so cute. I love Monet. He looks almost like a weasel or a ferret. Oh, Monet, were you worried about your master? I don't blame you. When Mr. Yamazaki said she was sick, I had no idea it would have been this bad. Mana had coiled up on my legs without even noticing. Yep, see, I didn't notice it. I began absent-mindedly speaking to him. He muted in response, and our conversation ended there, as my gaze was still fixated squarely on Monsieur. So, what do I do now, Monsieur? Are you okay to be alone right now? She wasn't in any condition to respond. But, Monsieur? Monsieur's hand had slipped out from under the futon and was gently grasping my pant leg. Hey. Aw, she doesn't want you to leave, sir, even if she thinks you're Tsukasa. Her grip was much weaker than before, but I knew I'd probably regret it if I went home now. Monsieur just seemed really lonely. Well, I guess I'd settled then. I guess I'll settle in then. Without disturbing Monsieur's hold on me, I took a seat beside her. For the time being, I figured I'd watch over her and make sure her condition didn't worsen. A groaning moan. Occasionally, Monsieur's breath would become ragged and she furrowed her brow. She was in a pretty bad way. Poor thing. Wasn't there something else I could do? I glanced quietly down the hallway. I noticed when I carried Monsieur here that the kitchen near the entrance was perfectly neat and tidy. There wasn't any indication it had been used that day at all. I wonder if she's eaten anything. Huh? Mona's gaze shifted suddenly. I followed it and saw a pet bowl laid out in the corner of the room. Aw, Mona has eaten. Yeah, one dish was filled to the brim with water, and the other was piled high with dry cat food. Oh, okay, so he did have food. I see someone's eating well around here at least. Even delirious with fever, she's still taking real good care of you. But that's not good, Monsieur. You should be thinking about your own meals first. I shook my head at the whole situation, then glanced down at Monet, who was tilting his head, trying to understand me. Oh, sorry, I'm tired. I didn't sleep last night. Broke into a wry smile. When I pulled out the cold packs, I did notice there was some cheap convenience store food in the bag as well. I guess that was going to be her food for the day. Not exactly the best stuff to eat when you're sick. There's rice and eggs at least. Maybe I'll make a egg porridge or something. Monsieur, may I borrow your kitchen? I didn't hear a no. Her face was bright red. Her half-pained, half-coherent noises provided me with no clear-cut answer to my question. Don't think I'm going to get much out of her. How about you, Monet? Do I have permission to use the kitchen? Excellent. Arigato. Modest cries helped assuage my guilt over entering a woman's apartment and borrowing her kitchen. Not that I had any reason to feel guilty. I don't think anyways. I mean, circumstances were what they were. Still, I had the nagging sense that I should have somehow felt bad about what I was doing.
Yui sensei,
You're taking care of her. It's fine.
ちょっと離れるよ。
Excuse me, please, monsieur. I'm going to need to get up. One by one, I gently peeled off each of her fingers that touched on my pant leg. The expression on her face changed as I was doing so, from content rest to mild annoyance. But there was nothing to indicate that she might wake up.
よし、作るか。
Alright then, let's see what we can do, shall we? As I stood up, Monet mewed happily and began tagging along at my heels. Achoo! And Miss Yui now be resting by herself in a room. Oh, sudden sneeze. Achoo. Oh! Okay. So book 3, chapter 3, encounter. Achoo. I'll probably just end that there. This is a good spot to end it since we just got to the episode 3 kind of title card. So we're gonna have I don't know if I guess we're gonna have Satoshi. We're gonna have Satoshi and Miss Yu in the next chapter, like this chapter. That'd be interesting because Miss Yu, we did get to see a little bit of her, but not as much as I liked in the first game. Mochida, or Satoshi or whatever, we got to see a lot of him, and Yuka. So I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing more of them, but Miss Yui, that'd be a good one to see. So anyways, thanks for watching, and sorry about the last episode. I hope you guys don't mind. I tried to put something over what was happening, but the sounds are still there, so hopefully that doesn't bother you guys like it did me. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one, and bye-bye!